1, 2, 3. Yes. So something that was special to me on our trip to Africa was the way that we got to encourage Sam and Tiffany, as they're our friends, and we don't get to see them very often. So going out and seeing their everyday life and participating in it was just incredible. Their fulfillment that they get from the Luke Commission, the impact that they make on lives, and just their importance to the mission as a whole was so fun to see. The Luke Commission is really unique because it's definitely a ministry more than a business as far as healthcare goes. They've been criticized for maybe not being so involved in like the personal lives of people, because everyone just sees the stats about healthcare and the HIV reduction, and going there you can actually see the complete other side. Like, they invest in every life that they get to be a part of, and that includes their employees. They have about 300 employees, and more than half of them don't have one or both parents. And so they're brought into this community where they just get to shine the light of Christ, and a lot of them call Echo Vanderwall their mom, because she's just like shown them the love of Christ through every single interaction.
Yeah, and every morning they start the day with a prayer circle, and each day they share some words from scripture, and then just like a motivational message, and just how they can apply that to their lives, kind of going back to the discipleship aspect of how they're really invested in each of their staff. And then they get to sing a couple songs every morning. Obviously it was in Eswatini, so we didn't really understand what was going on, but it was just really cool to see how many of the staff are just on fire for God and just the joy they had. And then each day after we prayed, they would break down and come into like one big huddle. And the prayer circle is one giant circle surrounding an inner circle. So at the beginning of every day, they'll say, all right, everybody put your hands up. And so we'll start out and we'll go to the work. And it was just like really, really, really cool to see how excited they were to go to work. And that was definitely impactful on me, because I know I struggle with kind of getting in the daily grind and not really being excited to go to work, or it's more of a, how's it going? Oh, living the dream, I'm not really loving what I'm doing, but more praying for that joy each and every day going into the office to try to live more joyfully, kind of like we saw on the Swazi staff while we were there.
We got to go on outreach twice while we were in Africa, and we were so blessed to be able to step outside where we were serving to see the bigger picture of what was going on in the other rooms and in the other roles. And something that hit home for all of us was the amount of times that people hear the gospel when they go to a Luke Commission outreach. They hear it when they're waiting for the doctor, they hear it when they're talking with the kids, they hear it when they're being counseled on their HIV results. Like, it's so apparent in what they're trying to do.
One of the things that jumped out to me about going to the Luke Commission was just that we didn't have to have a plan, we didn't have to have a skill set to be used. Just showing up and allowing God and taking part of this opportunity was just awesome to see how God can use you and go through you, regardless of what skill set you have, and just let His light shine through your joy and your love for Christ, and just loving on the Swazis and loving on the kids that you get to meet while you're there. It was just a really cool opportunity.